What's up, y'all? This is Mr. Lift, co-repping for my people at nehiphop.com, where we drop bomb. Tune in.
This is PC from nehiphop.com, and I'm here with half of the Perceptionist right out of Boston, Mr. Lift. What's going on, buddy?
I am very glad to be here. Tonight is a very significant night for so many reasons. You know, this is Akrobatik and I, as well as many other artists, such as Terminology, Sean Price, Static Selector, Mo Pope, Currency's on stage right now. We all came together tonight to represent for people who were injured in the Boston Marathon tragedy, you know. So, unfortunately, I mean, we all know the story at this point, and the proceeds from the door went to the One Fund. So I feel really proud to be here for that. Another reason it's significant for me is, this is my first show in Boston with Akrobatik as the Perceptionists in several years. We are officially back together doing our thing. We are working weekly, daily, however you want to frame it, on a brand new EP. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the energy from that has just been amazing. The fan support, and then just, of course, just reuniting with my brother and having a venue like this for an event like this. Working with Converse, who put this whole thing together for Rubber Tracks Live. This is an amazing night. It's an amazing night. It's a beautiful night of unity for Boston on so many levels.
And it really is. And as a fan of yours since the album dropped 8 years ago, I heard two words tonight that just kind of changed everything for me, and that was new shit.
Oh. Yes.
Now, I had questions written out that I was going to ask you guys, but then I heard those two words, and now I just got to ask, what do you got coming out? Who do you got producing? I didn't see Fakts here tonight, so what can you tell us about the upcoming EP? Well,
the upcoming EP is, it's significant it possesses all the positive things I just spoke of. The energy of reuniting with, I'm an only child. Ak is my brother. You know what I'm saying? He's the closest thing I've ever had to a brother. So the fact that I'm back in the lab with my brother right now is just huge for both of us. And, so far, honestly, we're going to be reaching out to different cats for production, but I have been living daily, sleeping next to my machines. I'm addicted to, Machine by Native Instruments. I just, for like the last year, all I do is make beats. So, probably, the first single is probably going to be something self-produced. And for cats out there who don't know, like who think, I'm new because I started producing again. But back in the day, like certain songs that were pivotal in my career, like Home of the Brave, Jugular Vein, Farmhand, Be Out, Electro, Inhuman Capabilities were all beats that I produced that either me and Ak rhymed over or that I rhymed over myself. So a huge part of the energy that I have now about doing this again is because I'm producing it again, because I had a very strict doctrine when I started this, is that you don't want to, as an MC, you have to be able to create your own beats because you don't want to have to wait on a producer all the time. It's like a very frustrating thing. Like, you have inspiration, the words are coming to you, you're trying to link up with someone, the producer can't link up for a week. I also got very spoiled because I was working with great producers like Edon, LP, Faktz 1, Insight, and it just, I started to rely on my boys too much because they were so talented, and I love all of them and respected them for the work that we did, but there's something that unlocks within me when I make my own music from scratch, and it brings out different rhyme flows, different energies, and it's powerful. It's powerful to know that I could leave this venue tonight, go to my crib, make the beat for a song that I'm going to write on the plane tomorrow. I'm flying out to Illinois to rock a couple shows with Thievery Corporation, and I could go home tonight and make a new song, and that's power to me.
You ended out the set with 5 O'Clock and then Breathe in the Sun, two of my favorite tracks from The Perceptionist. If there was one song that you could kind of recommend to the people that don't know who you guys are yet to kind of bring in the new fan base, what would you say it is?
Oh my God, that is a really tough question, man. That is a really, really tough question. I mean, I think that the thing about the Black Dialogue album is that it captured so many moods and so many different phases of our friendship. You know what I mean? So it's like when I put the record on and I listened to like a song like Let's Move, that was just such a natural energy. Like, we came to the studio that day, Fakts made the beat right there in the studio, and then we just wrote the rhymes and we just went for it. You know what I mean? It was like probably captured our most fluid era where the three of us at the time, Fakts is no longer with the group, but we were just in a zone. You know what I mean? So, but no, I wouldn't say Let's Move. Memorial Day, that was a good song for us off of that record. It's not relevant with what's going on today, but that was a big song for us, Party Hard featuring Guru, God rest his soul. That was a huge moment for me. Guru is like my biggest idol and biggest mentor that I had as an MC. Listening to Gangstar changed my life, I don't know if I can just say one. It's real tough. I mean, 5 o'clock definitely captures our soul and our spirit, as does Breathe in the Sun. I think that we like to think of ourselves, though, really as a group that can, you know, and one of the things I loved about Guru, I felt he could write about any topic. It didn't matter what it was. Guru could write a song about it. He wasn't the flashiest MC, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't jumping all over the place with syllables, but he could write about any given topic and write about it well. You know, you got tons of guns. You got, you know, Flip the Script, illest brother to claim respect. You know what I mean? Bust your shit. Like, Guru could do it. And I think that that's what we just try to do. Once we lock in on a topic, we just want to execute it as well as possible. So I would say, please listen to our entire album, Black Dialogue.
I heard that Fakts One's no longer doing his thing.
Yeah, it was a crushing blow at the time, because the point which Fakts decided to retire was literally right after what I described to you. Like, we were so in sync that we could go to the studio one day. Okay. So we went to the studio that day needing an album opener, and also John Cena from WWE was coming through to do a track with us. You know what I'm saying? And we were like, man, we need a beat to open our album with, and we need a track for John Cena. Fakts made those beats that day in the studio. Like, I think we were upstairs writing to some other beat. And we came downstairs, he had one done. We went back to work on something else, came down, he had the other one done. You know, that's the type of zone he was in. So to see him not even go on tour with us, I mean, Fakts One was never a part of the initial Perceptionist tours. He came with us on a press tour where we went over to Europe. Like, we went to, like, I think Sweden and Amsterdam to just, like, and maybe Paris as well, to just sit and talk with press people over there. He was there for that, but no actual touring when we did shows. It was heartbreaking. But the good news is that Fakts is back at it now. And you know, he has a beat that is going to make it either onto our new EP or the new album that we're going to work on, and it's fire. I mean, he's just a very unorthodox cat, mysterious cat. He has his own ways. I respect him. I love him. He's still my brother. You know, just wish he never retired, man. I wish he never retired.
So do you guys have a label that you're working with, a distribution company you're working with, or what?
Right now it's independent, man. Right now we're just going to the studio on our own dime. We're talking with a few companies, you know what I mean? Thinking about associating with a strong brand, maybe rather than going the straight up label route. We're gonna see what feels best, but we've just got to be surrounded by people who are inspired and love what they're doing and have a vision for what we're doing as well. And I think that when you combine those things, when you have artists that feel very passionate about what they're creating, and then you have business people who are passionate about business and passionate about the business of projecting the artist's ideas and embellishing on those, that is when the magic takes place. And I've been lucky enough through my career to have a couple of those situations, and I'm looking for the new one, and I will choose very carefully, you know. But you know, I'm telling you, I am hungry now, like I was in the beginning of my career, maybe hungrier. I can't wait to have a record out. Like, I can't wait. You know, that's all I do every day: make beats, write songs. That's all. For those that don't know, I had dreadlocks for 15 years. I had very thick, unruly, some would say unkempt dreadlocks that grew in various directions. Namely, I had one big dread that grew from about the center back of my head directly over my face, to the point where I had to wear a hat in order to see at one point. At this point, it took a few people saying, this might be becoming unreasonable, and I began to consider what they were saying, so I decided to split the dread in half so that I could actually see. That lasted for a few years, and then as the hair got heavier, it got up to 3.5 pounds. It started to give me migraine headaches, and it just started to be the antithesis of why I grew it. When I started growing my hair out, it gave me power, it gave me energy, it was my identity. Together we thrived, and by the end, I waited about 6 months past when I really wanted to cut it. And it wasn't, I actually went out, played Montreal Jazz Festival in 2009, okay? And came back from that. It was like my last show of the campaign for the I Heard It Today album. I came back. I was living in Philly at the time. Came back to my house, got rest the first day. The second day, woke up, put the scissors right on the sink. Looked at them, walked away, took a nap, woke back up, looked in the mirror, was like, all right, it's time. You know what I mean? Cut a little one. Was like, all right, let's go. And, you know, it was just time. It was time for them to go. There was no regret. There was just relief. You know, 3.5 pounds of hair. It was relief.
How did your neck feel?
Bro, I was Herculean, man. I could have been in a powerlifting contest, like 1,000 pounds. You know, just it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh.
But now, you know, I'm letting it woof now. I'm letting it woof.
You got new shit coming out. People
Yeah.
need to hear it. Where can they find updates on you and the Perceptionists and Akrobatik.
Absolutely. Well, you can go to facebook.com/Mr. Liff. That's one place. You can also go to Twitter and find me as The Real Mr. Liff. And also on Instagram, I'm The Real Mr. Liff. And I love sharing the experience, and the fans say really nice things that are very inspirational. I love them, and I thank them very much for that.
It's awesome to hear. Well, you got some fans in the room, you got some fans out on the internet, and I know they're going to love the next thing that you put out.
I hope so, man.
You guys heard it here first. This is PC for anyhiphop.com signing off.
What's up, y'all? This is Mr. Liff in the place to be, Boston, representing for anyhiphop.com. Pat's going to have a great season. Celtics going to rebuild. Bruins might get one this year. Red Sox, you know who we are. Titletown, Boston. Peace.